Breaking news, everyday news on Prince Amila Entertainment TV. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Remember to follow us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and also on our Facebook group. Welcome to another edition of our daily news, breaking news, everyday news. Today is the 15th of April 2022. So news day Zimbabwe. Yeah, today they've actually published this story, and yes, it's very interesting. And so secretive coalition talks are underway between Zanu PF leader President Emmerson Mnangagwa and Citizens Coalition for Change CCC frontman Chamisa, with the aim of forming a 7-year government of national unity. GNU newzimbabwe.com can exclusively review. Highly placed sources in Zanu PF and CCC government and intelligence sources told Newsday Zimbabwe.com in confidential briefings over the past 3 weeks that preliminary negotiations are already in motion and the parties have appointed focal persons to lead the talks. According to the sources, both Mnangagwa and Chamisa are keen to avoid next year's general elections, albeit for different reasons. They reportedly used last month's legislative and municipal by-elections to flex muscles and demonstrate a political capital ahead of the talks. Mnangagwa, whose presidency has suffered a serious legitimacy crisis from the time he took over after the November 2017 military coup and the highly contentious 2018 elections, which saw his presidency being decided by a court order, wants to use the GNU to help to prevent similar circumstances. Further to that, situation reports from the intelligence services do not give him a good chance of winning the elections, especially with the economy in bad shape. On the other hand, sources in the CCC say Chamisa has virtually conceded that while he might be popular enough to win the 2023 presidential election, his chances of taking over power are very slim, given how the security system is deeply entrenched in the Zanu PF scheme of things. One senior bureaucrat claimed Chamisa proposed a 7-year GNU which will imply the elections will only be held in 2030. Sources said Zanu PF is being represented in talks by its Secretary for Finance Patrick Chamisa, a shrewd negotiator who will lead the party's negotiations for the 2009 to 2013 GNU. CCC is understood to have seconded astute mediator Gordon Moyo, although Chamisa denied it in an interview with newzimbabwe.com conducted as part of investigations for this article. Preliminary talks are indeed underway, and both parties appear to be eager to have an arrangement that can work, an official said. The groundwork was actually laid down last year. There was a time when Chamisa met with senior government officials and confided with them that he was interested in an arrangement that can postpone elections for 7 years, and intelligence people took that in the form of a recording to E.D. Mnangagwa, who was excited about it and went on to give Chamisa the task to lead the talks, the source said. Another source added, the March 26 by-elections were mainly used to showcase capabilities and to test the waters. The result was shocking to both sides because they ate into each other's territories. There were some people in Zanu PF who actually did not want the by-elections to happen, but ED insisted that he wanted them because they would be useful to gauge the atmosphere and decide whether or not to proceed with elections next year. There's general consensus in the party that these polls were a rude awakening because they did not anticipate Chamisa would be so popular. Most of the top people in the party now want the GNU, the source said. As for Chamisa, the idea was to showcase himself as a formidable optician, and the good showing in the by-elections gave him the necessary pedestal for talks. He dearly wanted those elections to show ED that he has people and can actually win the elections next year. Chamisa was diplomatic when interviewed by Newsday Zimbabwe.com over the phone, opting to just say, "We know for sure SANPF does not want elections. They are terrified by elections." Asked if it was true that Gideon Moyo was leading the talks on his behalf, Chamisa said Gideon Moyo coming in as who? Maybe if they talk about other people being involved, and not that one. Efforts to get comments from Chamisa or representative spokesperson Joe Charamba were fruitless as calls on the on their numbers repeatedly failed to get through. However, writing in his weekly column Jamwanda on Saturday, March 26, Charamba gave key insights on the proceedings. Chamisa is surrounded by sharp lawyers who are politically daft and by parasitic academics who now know ABC of basic politics. Their loudness notwithstanding, Charamba wrote, and he knows it, which is why he has chosen to outsource advice and to pursue the path of schizophrenia, appearing to battle ZANU-PF electorally while quoting the same through a multitude of emissaries in the hope of post-by-electoral and pre-2023 election accommodation that would suspend harmonized elections. Someday, names of his ego-betweens will be revealed. With great shock of several Western embassies, here he wrote, implying he was aware of ongoing coalition talks. Linda Masarira, who leads fringe political party Labour Economics and African Democrats Lead, posted on microblogging site Twitter Thursday that she was aware of the talks. Several meetings are being held by political leaders about a potential GNU. We drink coffee together whilst you are busy trying to be the biggest bullies. The GNU, if successfully, will leave no one behind, she tweeted. So guys, that's the latest here. Inyaya ikunze Chamisa na ED Mnangagwa vari kumwa coffee wese, and is hanzi ari kumwa coffee wese, despite what Chamisa is telling us pama rallies, pama videos aanoita, despite what ED also tell us pama speeches aanopa pama rallies, kuti triple C kuti asese apa vanhu vanenge vachitozivana zvavo vachitangwa coffee. So guys, do you agree with what news zimbabwe.com is saying regarding to nyaya a potential GNU inokwanisika kuitika this year? And that's why maybe Monzora is still insisting panyaya GNU, because Monzora pama by-elections aingotaura nyaya GNU this, GNU that, GNU this. Even today the man is still singing the same tune of GNU. Saka Monzora pane zvaari kuziva. And yes, the man didn't say much regarding to nyaya GNU, but ari kuziva something. So maybe this is true that Chamisa and Mnangagwa are planning to sit down forming a government of national unity. This is the politics, anything can happen. Maybe next year are gonna be elections, you never know. And we're gonna keep you guys in the loop here on a daily news, breaking news on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. If you look at it on the other side, this might be true. If you look it on the other side, they're just buying time. I don't know guys, I'm not gonna say in the comment section, do we need a GNU right now or we need my elections next year? And my elections next year anokwanisa kutipa a news government, or else changuramba tingo the same government after if my elections the next year. Saka zviri kwese and saka munozona say, or maybe we need a GNU whereby particular government of national unity, like what we saw Ngwaya Mugabe na watsvangira iyeya and zvokwanisa kuitika zvizvo futi. So anything is possible in Zimbabwe. Hapana chinonzi ichi achiiti aiwa, hapana yambozoti Mugabe vaizobviswa in 2017 muna November, hapana iziva pazvakaitika. Saka hapana chinombonzoni izvi hazviitike muZimbabwe. So that's why I always say to all the supporters out there who supports Triple C, who supports ZANU-PF, who supports MDC Alliance, kuti vakomana kurovana kutukana hazvibatsiri, it won't help anything. Vana vadzimwe nguva vanenge vachitomwa tii vese vachitotaura vese vachifonerana. Isusu ndisu tinenge tichingourayana pasocial media, tichiurayana macommunities, tichirovana zvisingaiti because of political differences. And so let's not take politics Twitter personal. No, politics is politics. Let's just listen and decide through politics. I say politics muhana because tinopera kuurayana pachezvirutega. Avana vachomwa coffee wese each and every day, vachifonerana pama WhatsApp calls. And so this is daily news, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Thank you guys for listening and watching. Remember guys to like, share, comment and follow. Peace out.